Hello guys, Messerschmitt here, back in War Thunder. The new update, 1.53, has been released yesterday, and I just took a casual look at the changelog and updates and such a thing, and I'm playing with the Germans, and I am flipping pissed. For a good reason. First, the US has got, a new rocket launcher Pershing tank. Really? Really? So it has both a 90mm gun, a machine gun, and now 44 rockets. Yeah, alright. Okay, that's hard to swallow. It is really hard to swallow. It has a very high battle rating, but still, it's overpowered as hell. Aviation, they got, 4 new P-38s. Where are the two? Yep, there are the 2 other P-38s. So yeah, they received 4 P-48 instead of just 1. Let us take Germany at last. The Russians got new heavy bombers like the PE-8. Just take a look at that. Not too bad. And just more heavy bombers in general. I still done anything with the Yak 9 Ks, which I am really pissed at. The British has also got a new tank line, but it's just premium tanks. Which has quite high penetration on the 6-pounder gun. There's 3 of them has 6-pounder guns. Aviation, I think they got a few more aircraft. Like, no, they didn't get a Firefly, but it got a new Hurricane. If I remember correctly. Or at least an addition to one of the Hurricanes. And the Japanese got also just another fighter. Where are you? Yeah, it was this. Sorry. So yeah, they got a new fighter. Now we got to the German ones. Yeah. Just a few more modification to some ground attack aircraft. There was a few down years. Now there are some offensive machine guns, I believe. I really can't find them here for some reason. And the German army has... Oh, holy fucking shit. Let us just go to the Russians first and their new mobile rocket launcher. Yeah, Katyusha on a... what is it? The T-60, sorry, T-60. Back to the review. And this thing can launch its rockets really quickly, and it has, how many shots does it have? 6, 12, 24 rockets. Alright, the rocket Pershing has 44 rockets, and now the Germans. Yeah, no, I do not want to order it. Now, it has higher caliber rockets than the others, but it's the least mobile of all rocket launcher systems in game. And it's huge. It is a truck. This thing is not quick enough for anything, and it has horrible armor. It has less armor, I believe, than the Russian one. Just take a quick look on that. Yeah, the Russian has more armor. So, everywhere. So, okay, there we are a bigger target. We have... we go slower than them. We are a bigger target than at least the T-26 or T-60. I don't remember off my head right now. And we have less rockets on them. The only good thing about this is that it has larger rockets. That's the only good thing about it. The rest is shit. It has 10 millimeters all around. You can penetrate this with 50 caliber machine gun. It's absolutely horrible, and this is supposed to be a 4.3 vehicle. I mean, you're fucked if you go out in this thing. You can meet KV-2s, and then you're toast. I mean, look at this thing. And then, just add injury to insult, one of them at least. This thing is the new top tier German heavy tank. It's not heavy tank, sorry, I wish it was. Tank destroyer. Armor 50 in the front, 30 at the side, 30 at the rear. Are you fucking kidding me? Front, this thing is less armor than a fucking Panzer IV. This thing is supposed to go up against, you know, IS-4Ms. You know, before we had the Jagdtiger. Bring up this is a really good tank because, you know, it has all the freaking armor. Now we lose all the armor, and all we get for it is, wait for it, a puny 90mm gun, which is, I mean, it has good penetration, yes, but the IS-4 gets a 122mm cannon that does a lot more than this thing. And, oh yeah, we got machine gun. Who doesn't have machine gun? I mean, it sacrifices all the armor for 70 kilometers per hour. I mean, that is not going to help. 70 kilometers per hour doesn't going to help you for jack shit. For a very simple reason. You have no armor. Because also over terrain, you know, you're gonna bob, crash into trees are going to slow you down. This thing is gonna be meat on the table for any fighter bombers that decides to, you know, get a few more points. It's absolutely pathetic. I mean, really, the only place you can able to bounce on this thing... No, actually, you cannot even bounce on the front of the gun mantlet. Even here. Okay, you might bounce if you hit something like this, but there's a very small area to hit to able to bounce, or you have to have an angle like this to have a hope bouncing. But then they probably just hit this thing and it will go straight through the armor. So yeah, I'm really pissed because, you know, the Russians and all the others are getting the better end of the stick when it comes to armor and everything else. Like in aviation. Still got a 20mm cannon at tier 4. Just checking in. Still 20mm cannon. No, yeah. Just at K4 you get a 30mm cannon. I mean, that's a problem because, you know, the Yak 9Ks has lower battle rating and has a 45mm cannon in the nose. I mean, we had to get all the way down to 6.0 battle rating to have a 30mm cannon in the Messerschmitt's front nose. The Yak 9K has 4.0 battle rating and has a 45mm cannon, and here you're 6.0. Really? I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do with this thing? As well as, at the end, we just get fighters from another nation. I mean, no, not customize. It's a pain in the ass. And again, at 3.3 battle rating, not that really high, but still, but you can meet Yaks in this thing, Yak 9Ks in this thing. It's halfway down the German line and you're still flying in a flipping Henkel. You have more defensive armament capabilities, but still you're fucked. Yeah, and all the other bombers are pretty much useless. This is their Tier 4 bomber, the German one. This is it. This is all you get. Now, let's have a look at what the Americans have. Yeah. I'll just take a B-17. They have a B-17, which has nothing smaller than 50 caliber machine guns. And a lot more of them. So, just German bombers are pretty much easy kills. They are, all the way from the start. The only place they really have good defenses is with the Junkers 88. That's the only place they have good defenses. Other than that, you're screwed. Focke-Wulf 190 line, that's better, but suddenly they're losing 2 of the 20mm cannons for some more speed. Yeah. But luckily you can mount 4 cannons with this thing. Just taking a look at all the modifications. Here you cannot mount cannon, extra cannon. Here again you can just mount 2 further cannons, but that's 30mm cannons, so that's at least a little bit better. But at least a Messerschmitt line, and also you have a G2 Tropical, which has, wait for it, 5.0 battle rating, and has only a 20mm cannon in the nose and 2 7.92mm machine guns, and this is at 5.0 battle rating. And Yaks has a 45mm cannon, and just looking at the machine guns on it, okay, and has 2 50 caliber machine guns in addition, and it has one less. It has 4.0 battle rating, while the G2 has 5.0. Really? You give me this shit. And again, we don't get anything near that caliber before here Tier 4 with the U4 series. My Messerschmitt ME410 U4, which I have here. Little bit problem with this. If you're attacked by more aggressive fighters and you don't have any escorts or friends helping you, you're screwed. You're absolutely fucked. Because, you have just two 13mm machine guns. And they don't have the rate of fire, or in my case the accuracy, to be able to actually damage those assholes. And you can just fly straight because you're screwed, and you have 2 engines. Your wingspan is 10 meters wide. And all of this you get with a 50mm cannon at last, and luckily addition to 20mm cannons. This is devastating against bombers. But the only problem is to get to the altitude. This is not a good climber, and of course if you get intercepted there, you're pretty much dead. You're a sitting duck for P-51 Mustangs or, Yak 9Ks. Oh wait, Yeah, you have the same battle rating as a Yak 9K. Shall we go on? Yes, we shall. Because I am not done flipping out yet. This is Lightning. Has the same battle rating as the Heinkel, the Heinkel that we were watching. It has 4 50 caliber machine guns and 20mm cannon. And it of course gets worse. They also have, well, it's the same armament there, sorry, but you know that's not the only one. Here we got again the same armament and the same. Okay, I really thought it was supposed to be worse, but you know, we are just even our bombers cannot carry the payload that other bombers can have. We get jet bombers, but they are completely obsolete. Like the first Arando, sorry, has problems against propeller piston fighter planes. Never mind jet fighters like MiG-15s. The other one I have not a lot of information about, but I hope it's at least better. So yeah, but the speed is not that much different, so bombers are sitting duck, and this thing doesn't even have offensive or defensive armament. So if anyone decides to attack you, you cannot even defend yourself. You know, how are you supposed to get 270,000 research points when you cannot even have a gunner to defend yourself? Give them a Horton 18 or Horton 18, which was a version of the Horton 229, but with 60 engines. I could carry quite a lot of bombs. You know, that's what we need. Not with an Ariando with 2 more engines strapped on it. I mean, just also if you went before on the tank realistic battles. You were up again, this was before the Americans had joined. Then it was just Germans versus the Russians. Just small problem there. 90% of the time, not exaggerating actually, the Russians would win. Why? Well, I don't know. Maybe let us see what the Russian gets at tier 3. Come on, don't bug out on me now. Yeah, they got the KV2. It has 5.0 battle rating. It has quite high battle rating. Unfortunately, where are you? You know, you can meet tigers on this in this thing, but it is less likely, and you can people with Texas often meet KV2s, and that's a problem. And also towards the end we get the Leopard 1. Let's just take a look at that. Hull armor 70mm, less than a Panther, but better sloped, but still horrible. Front is just 100mm. Are you fucking kidding me? When you take a look, that's the top tier German. Let's look at a top tier Russian tank. Yeah, hull and turret 200mm, plus sloped and here rounded. 160 side of hull, 188 the size of the turret. This thing has more armor on the back of its turret than the German tank has it in the front of the turret. And now we go to the American one. It has 178 in the front, 100 millimeters more than the Leopard, 302 millimeters front of turret plus rounded. Are you kidding me? 296 millimeters at the side. This thing is pretty much impervious, and it can do 48 kilometers per hour. The back to the Russians can do 50 kilometers per hour. Leopard has 65. So the only thing that this thing is better at is that it's faster. And before we just got the Panther series. So, you know, then a Tier 4, 6.3 battle rating, you still have only 80 millimeters of frontal armor. And only a horrible 120 millimeters almost flat front armor on the turret. It is a bit. Even the first Panther has massive problems. Never mind this shit. Yeah, about 125 millimeters. Thank you. You know, against Russians' guns that goes through the entire fucking tank, you really don't have anything to put up with. Let's take a look at the Ferdinand tank destroyer. Now, it's quite a good tank destroyer. Unfortunately, it only has 200 millimeters of armor, while the Russian guns, now I'm just taking even the premium one, this thing can blast through almost the armor. But, you know, we got a ISU assault gun, so yeah. The SU-100 can actually punch through the frontal armor of the Ferdinand at 100 meters. And this thing is just gonna kill it. So, let us just get back to the Russians. Their last vehicle has more armor and it's just 20 kilometers per hour slower than the German, and has a 122 millimeter cannon. Plus it has these cheeks, so it's going to bounce. Let's just show on the armor how thick it. Yeah, 150 millimeters. Thank you. That's twice as much as the German one. Yeah, self-propelled anti-aircraft, same story. Two massive 57mm auto-loading cannon. The Germans just have Kolien with two 37mm cannons. Yeah, you know, you're lagging behind. You get the idea. But, you know, I really don't want to go out against Tier 5 tanks with as much armor as a Panzer IV. Where are you? Yeah. It is the same frontal armor basically. And this thing has yeah, it has the same. Okay, it has basically Panzer IV hull armor. I'm counting the sloping now. It has the same as the Panzer IV, 30 millimeters at the side. This thing has also 30 millimeters in the rear, and also 30 millimeters in the rear. This thing is useless. I haven't driven it, but just look at the numbers. And also, you know that terrain slows down tanks. You know, I mean, experienced players will be able to hit it without a problem. I mean, seriously, I could hit that thing. If I had the Jet Panther, I could hit it. And you know, they just are so incredibly underpowered. Also premium, turreted Porsche. Russians get a yeah IS-2 Revenge. Yeah, with a 122mm gun. Holy shit. I mean, and also they get their first amphibious tank. You're just Also, they get a self-propelled 130mm cannon that is more effective than the German gun on the Tier 5 Jagd Tiger. Great. Yeah, and against that we pretty much have a Jagdpanzer IV L70A. The Russian can, if you don't hit anything vital on the Russian tank destroyer, this guy, if I one shot, will definitely hit something vital. I'm ignoring quite a few of the battle ratings here, but still, it happens. You meet these things when you're playing these tanks. Just, Germans are in every respect completely undergunned. And also, let us just take this thing as an example. Tier 4 battle rating. I'm just taking the Messerschmitt 410 as an example. This thing has also Tier 4 battle rating. This thing has, come on, say left aircraft. 250 caliber machine guns, 4 7.92mm machine guns, and a 37mm cannon. Yeah. So this aircraft has all of these armaments, and the Germans, with a 5.0 battle rating, are stuck with still. You can mount 50mm cannons on this aircraft. Yeah, 50. Not cannons. 15mm machine guns. Yeah, not really gonna help you quite a lot against, you know, the Russian. So, you know, when we just, Germany really needs to upgun their shit, or at least, I mean, Gaijin needs to put something in because it's a little bit lacking. And also, never mind the American Tier 4 Premium, the T-28, which I have, pretty much impervious. Unless you get to 100 meters of it, and this thing can blast through Ferdinand's armor like paper. While the Ferdinand doesn't have hope penetrating it without arm-piercing complete rigid, and even then he has to get within range of 100 meters, while this thing can take him out at 500 meters. Do you begin to see the point now? Yeah, and also the M103. You know, when you have, when you're pretty much impervious to anything that anyone else can throw at you, the Germans have, you know, the mouse, and this is where I really got angry, because Gaijin has also put the E100 into the game, a tank which I was extremely looking forward to, because mouses will always get bombed very easily, and the E100s could go faster. But guess what they're fucking planning to do? They're just, no, the E100 stands on the change logs. I'll put a link in the description. It says that it will, in the E100 will only be available at certain special events. As same thing with the German Messerschmitt. I mean, really. So okay, so the Russians get the IS-4M, which is more maneuverable, has pretty much the same gun. Sorry, it's the M10 now, which is even better. As for us, you know, this thing is pretty much impervious. So it has pretty much the same gun as the mouse. It is over 2 times faster than a mouse, and yeah, and if you hit on the front of it, you're just gonna bounce. Front of the turret, you with the 128mm German gun, you can maybe penetrate, but if this thing goes 50 kilometers per hour, yeah, not really gonna help very well. You're just gonna get circled, and when you look at the first tier 5, it is just a king tiger, and you know, let's just show the armor here. You need to have more armor. This thing is just a flat plate. It's easy to penetrate. This thing can also be penetrated if you have a good enough gun. Sides are horrible. So where does this leave the Germans? I actually got some more armor. Okay. I mean, you're screwed if you just get. The Germans are just completely undergunned in all respects. If they aren't undergunned, like Messerschmitt 410, they'll be outmaneuvered by anything else on the battlefield. It's not a coincidence that you know, that the Russians win 90% of the time when it was just Germans and Russian tanks. That should say something, but clearly Gaijin doesn't give a shit. And there's several problems with the battle rating. Jingles made a really good video. I'm going to try to find the video, put a link in the description for it. But yeah, this has been my angry rant. I'm just giving you quite a few examples on why I think Germany really needs to get, you know, upgunned. Because right now, we got problems. So yeah, if you liked what I was saying about here, then leave a like. If you disagree with me, then please tell me in the comments, and not just dislike, because that won't help me in any way, shape or form. Share this video if you want to communicate what I'm saying here, and you want to have German planes get, upgunned a bit, or at least the matchmaker being reworked, or at least battle ratings. So and yeah, if you really liked what you was seeing here, then subscribe to my channel and you will get more videos that I upload them. So guys, thank you for watching. Keep your barrel clean, your ammo dry, and I will see you on the battlefield. Thanks for watching.